Do you think, as Errol Southers does, that the biggest threat to America is coming from those with Christian identity or from radical Islamists? Let me again remind you what I'm talking about. A jerk who would be given the job of overseeing your screening at airports and God knows what else they'll be able to do to you, named Errol Southers, says that our biggest threats come from those who are anti-abortion and those who are survivalist types and those who are white supremacists and they're Christian identity oriented. Play it again in case they missed it.
Most of the domestic groups that we have to pay attention to here are white supremacist groups. They're anti-government, in most cases anti-abortion. They are usually survivalist type in nature, identity-oriented. Those groups are groups that claim to be extremely anti-government and Christian identity-oriented.
Now, this is a man who was in the FBI. This is a man who would be the head of the TSA. It's consistent with Obama's view of Christians, of abortion, and those who would take care of their families themselves. Do they mean that anybody who opposes Obama's policies is anti-government? Do they mean that anyone who's anti-abortion is an enemy of the state? Do they mean that anyone who has a Christian identity is an enemy of the state? Yes. Yes, my friends. Welcome to the world under Barack Hussein Obama.
Savage.
I don't know this guy from Adam, but I just wanted to bring you up to date with what I did.
Well, let me ask you something. When was the last time a Christian identity individual hijacked an airplane?
Hey, you know what? That may be so, Michael, but they have killed people.
When is the last time somebody who is a racist, Christian identity-oriented individual or a survivalist type tried to take an airplane and crash it into a city?
But they kill people all the time, Michael.
All right, name one person they've killed.
Name one person they've killed. I read this Southern Poverty Law stuff, and I know you don't.
As far as I'm concerned, the head of the Southern Poverty Law Center is a criminal. He should be in jail. The man is a gangster, in my opinion. The entire Southern Poverty Law Center is a criminal organization. If we had a legitimate government, they'd be investigated under RICO for the amounts of money they've stolen from people. In my reading of the Southern Poverty Law Center, they're amongst the most evil, dangerous group in the country. They're worse than any group I've ever seen. They take away land from farmers. Did you know that the Southern Poverty Law Center stole a farm from a farmer in Texas who tried to defend his land from illegal aliens running across it? They took the man's farm from him. Do you know that?
Yes, I do. And, Michael, they stopped a lot of your enemies, too. So they play both sides of the fence, but they do some good.
Who does some good?
Southern Poverty Law Center. How many?
Name one thing they've done that's good.
How many Nazis have they put away in bankrupt?
How many Nazis have threatened you in your lifetime? You're talking about 90-year-old men who committed atrocities 60 years ago?
Neo-Nazis who exist today.
Neo-Nazis? Let me tell you something. The neo-Nazis in this country are dangerous, but the neo-fascists in the Southern Poverty Law Center, the ACLU, the National Lawyers Guild and others, by the way, affect me more directly than the neo-Nazis do.
Well, that may be with you, but, you know, like I said, Michael, they do some good. I understand.
What good? Name one good that the Southern Poverty Law Center has done. They have done no good. And by the way, do you think that they do it for the good of humanity or they do it for personal gain? Do you know how much money this guy makes? Do you know how much money this guy Potok made last year? What do you think he is, one of these poor, downtrodden lawyers who does it for the good of humanity? These are greedy, aggressive men using the Southern Poverty Law Center racket going back to the civil rights movement in order to steal money and land that doesn't belong to them, in my estimation. They are a dangerous, RICO-oriented group. Thank you for the call. What a group he brings up as a... See, he knows, this caller knew, where this TSA nominee Errol Southers got his talking points from. He got it from Mark Potok and the Southern Poverty Law Center. This is one of their web pages, which is that you have to watch out for the white Christian, you have to watch out for the anti-abortion people, you have to watch out for survivalist types, without one word. Not one word about CAIR, not one word about the Muslim Brotherhood, not one word about the many, many cells of Islamic radicals training to kill you in this country. Not one word from these devious communists in the Southern Poverty Law Center. And so, my friends, you must reject TSA nominee Errol Southers, or you're going to all be on a watch list, in my opinion.
Savage.